Hello, I am Shubham Dhage.
I am Devdatta Kathare.
We will be giving a simple demo on how to use IQ modulator. This is the outline of our demo. In this demo, we will be generating double sideband suppressed carrier modulated signal which will be transmitted with the help of IQ modulator board and received with the help of RTL SDR DVB dongle, and the received signal will be processed in GNU radio. These are the aim and requirements. The requirements are IQ modulator board, DVB dongle, arbitrary function generator, GNU radio. A brief introduction to IQ modulator will be presented. More details will be given as you go through the workshop. Brief introduction to GNU radio will also be presented. We are generating double sideband suppressed carrier modulated signal which then be transmitted with the help of IQ modulator. To generate DSBSC signal, we need baseband in-phase component and baseband Q-phase component. The baseband in-phase component we are using is a sinusoid of frequency 100 kHz, amplitude 40 mV peak to peak, and the offset is set to 367 mV. The baseband Q-phase component is a DC offset 361 mV. IQ modulator board uses differential amplifier, so we need to have some DC offset in both in-phase component as well as quadrature component. This is the IQ modulator board. It has on-chip PLL and IQ modulator IC. The baseband in-phase component is applied on this port and the baseband quadrature component will be applied on this port. The resultant RF signal will be available on this port which then be transmitted with the help of this antenna. The center frequency can be set with the help of switches available on the board. The board can be powered externally and it has an option of USB power. This is RTL SDR DVB dongle, which is a low cost TV receiver. We are using this at the receiver to receive the RF signal. RTL SDR DVB dongle can be interfaced with the RTL SDR source block in GNU radio.
Now we'll begin with our demo of GNU radio. To invoke GNU radio, we use the terminal. GNU Radio Companion is the GUI associated with GNU Radio. GNU Radio flow graph consists of many blocks and various types of blocks are available for use. Here we can see the various types of blocks that we can use in our flow graphs. Blocks function independently of each other and perform different kinds of functions like interacting with hardware or signal processing. We can use the search option to look for specific blocks. Suppose we want to look for RTL SDR block, then we can use the search to obtain it. So every block has properties associated with it, so we can view or set the properties. This is the data type which is being used by this block. This samp rate is the variable which gives the sample rate. So we'll delete this block. This is the flow graph which we will be using for our demo. Here we have set the sample rate to 1 mega samples per second. That means every block will process 1 million samples per second. This is the RTL SDR source which will interact with the RTL SDR dongle. We can use the properties of this block to set the center frequency. The center frequency should be same as the center frequency used by the transmitter. This is the FFT sync block, which we can use to view the spectrum of the received signal. This is the scope sync block, which we can use to view the time domain signal which is received.
Now we proceed with our demo. The I and Q components are obtained from AFE. Like you see, on channel 1 is feeding us I and channel 2 is for Q. This I and Q are applied to IQ modulator. This passband signal is transmitted with the help of antenna. At the receiver we are using RTL SDR dongle, which is a low cost receiving antenna, which is connected to CPU via USB, which is then used by RTL SDR source block in GNU radio.
Now we'll begin with our demo. So we'll execute this flow graph. Here we have the output of FFT Hz. We have transmitted a DSB SC signal, but still we are receiving 3 peaks. The center component is coming because of device mismatch. To cancel the effect of device mismatch, we have to adjust the DC bias at the AFE. So let's see what happens when we change the DC bias. As we can see, by varying the offset at the I and Q channels, the amplitude of the center frequency is changing. So we can carefully adjust the DC bias at I and Q channels such that the carrier frequency is suppressed as much as possible.